Hello everyone, welcome to my October perfume tray. Today I'm going to show you guys all the perfumes that I kind of pulled for this spooky little tray. I was really inspired by black bottles and kind of spooky names, or just more heavy perfumes also that I think would work really well for the colder months coming up, or really just October. I mean, this one's pretty themed heavily, and I just thought it would be fun to pull out my most festive perfumes for this month and see what I use and get inspired to use. So I hope you guys will enjoy, and I hope it inspires you to go through your own perfumes, see if you have anything Halloween related or something that kind of fits that vibe. It was really fun going through my collection for sure for this, so we're just going to get into it without further ado. First here, this is Vanille Antique from Byredo. I recently purchased this, so this is a new one to my collection. I have a fall video coming up. It's already filmed, so I hope that will be my next video up. You should be seeing it very soon, but I wanted to put this on here because I do feel like it's a really nice woody ambery vanilla for the fall time. This has some plum, some woody notes. It also has some amber and vanilla. I find this almost boozy. It has like a dry woodiness to it, but a really nice sweetness comes through with the vanilla. It reminds me of De Los Santos if you've ever tried that from them, but this is sweeter, a little less aromatic. I don't know why. They just seem very similar to me, and I believe that one has ambroxan in it, and although this doesn't, I feel like the amber in here kind of gives that off, especially with the musk. So definitely one I wanted to include, and one I know I'm going to get a lot of wear out of this fall. I realized I really hope I'm not repeating too many from my fall video, but this one is Midnight Ride from Bluehill. Not sure if this is available anymore, maybe on their website, but I got this through Olfactive. I sampled it from the month and then I purchased it because I liked it that much. This is based off of Paul Revere's Midnight Ride, so it's kind of woody and has some leathery touches, some smoky touches. It also has something kind of foresty and green going on with it as well. If you don't like leather, I don't think you'd like this. My husband finds this kind of intense, but I feel like for a leather and for all those notes, the smoke and all that, it feels more on the wearable side. There's something kind of watery almost in this as well to me, but definitely not one I wear all the time, but a really fun one and a festive one. Next, this is Sexy Viking from DS and Durga. This was the Halloween Studio Juice for 2022, and I blind bought this based off of the notes. I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna like it. It has black currant, juniper berries, bitter orange, pine tree, wheat, rose, barley, ambergris, and woody notes, and I'm happy to say I really love this. This is the only full bottle of DS and Durga I have in my collection. I know some people really hate the outside writing. It's definitely interesting, but I do think it fits kind of the vibe of like a Halloween release, although the juice inside is very like fresh pine trees. It has something kind of tangy and citrusy going on. I really quite enjoy this actually. I think it's a nice one, very unisex as well. My husband likes to wear it. It was a good one, so I am glad I picked this up. They also have their new Halloween Studio Juice. I believe it's called Salem Gothic, and I think I'm going to pick that up. I'm pretty sure I'm going to pick that one up and see if I like it too. So anyway, that's Sexy Viking. Okay, this next one here, I mean, look at the bottle. Is that not Halloween to you? This is from KVD, and this is no longer around. I believe this is called Sinner. This is like a celebrity and like makeup brand perfume, but the bottle is so perfect. I actually have a video from last year talking about dark academia perfume, so if you're interested in that, I'll leave it linked. It's on my other channel. It was before I started the perfume channel, but it's definitely one to check out if you're interested in these. I'm sure some of these are repeats, but this is definitely one of those perfumes I put in here for aesthetic. I mean, this is still just a small bottle, but it has some more intense notes. I think it has patchouli in the base. There's some plum and some cinnamon and then like white florals. It definitely has like a sexier kind of more intense vibe to it. So I want to try to get a few wears out of it this October. I just feel like this bottle is so perfect for it. Last in the first row, this is Le Vert. Is that how you say it? From by Kilian. This is really more of my husband's fragrance. I don't really wear this. I really like it on him though. This has a note of absinthe in it. It also has some licorice. There's something just like kind of dark about this and just different, especially the licorice does come out, but it also has notes of patchouli and vetiver, which I also feel like you get in here. So I don't know, this just feels very Halloween-y to me, and I love this the most in the dry down. It smells so good. It can be a little intense in that opening and, you know, as it first wears, but I really think the dry down is kind of sexy, but still a little bit unique. So I put that one in here because I felt like it was very festive. All right, another Kilian perfume here. This one is I Don't Need a Prince by My Side to Be a Princess, or for short, we're going to call it Princess. This is mostly in here for the bottle. That black bottle obviously gives some Halloween vibes. I also think this is like a good all around kind of scent, but I think it'll work well kind of as we transition into colder months. I live in California, so it's not super cold here yet, although really, does it ever get super cold here? I don't know about that, but I definitely can tell that the weather is changing, and I feel like this will be a nice one, even on days when it's still a little hot. This has some notes of marshmallow, vanilla in the base. There's some green tea, ginger, peach. I really, though, just get like a fluffy kind of marshmallow. There is a powderiness to it as well, but it's really, really nice. I really love this one. Nice and sweet still, too, so very excited to put that one in. Okay, another one I picked for the vibe. Let's get real. This is from Bath & Body Works. It's called Into the Night. This is the same as the body mist, but it's in the perfume version. I don't think they sell this anymore. I think this is like a fun, fruity, kind of sexy scent, you know, overall. I like it in the body mist. It's not one I wear all the time, but I feel like it just fits this vibe. It's very flirty to me, though, overall. The 3 notes we know about this perfume are wild berries, amber, and jasmine. You definitely get that fruitiness from the berries, but they're a little bit deeper, a little bit richer, and like heavier, I guess, overall, like syrupy almost, but again, in a kind of sexy way. So I put that one in. I'm pretty sure you guys know how much I love Side Effect at this point from Initio. I think this is such a great vanilla. This is like a richer, thicker vanilla, though. It has cinnamon, rum, tobacco. It's sweet. It's kind of heavy. It's a little bit syrupy, kind of goes into the territory of medicinal, but it's sexy. It's so good. And then obviously this bottle is stunning. Oud for Greatness also has such an amazing bottle, but I really just feel like this gives Secret Society vibes. Like it feels like there's history to this bottle. There's secrets in this bottle. You know what I mean? I love it so much. And the juice inside is amazing. I really love this house in general. I think they have great perfumes. Next, we have Gris Charnel from BDK. I really love this perfume. It has some fig in here. And I feel like, again, it's a nice transition. This could be a year-round fragrance or a signature scent for sure. But I do feel like if you don't want to go super sweet, or you don't want to go super woody, or even super masculine, I feel like this is still feminine while being heavy enough for fall, but not too deep. It's just good. It's just a really good one. If you haven't smelled this, I definitely suggest it. It is a tea fragrance as well. So this has cardamom, fig, tea, iris, some vetivers in here. You definitely smell that. And then there's sandalwood and tonka in the base. I get something almost kind of powdery and almost a bit waxy as well. I think maybe from that iris. And there's something about this that's just kind of sexy, but low key still. And again, not super smoky necessarily. It's not super heavy, but still has that sex appeal to it. So I definitely want to put that in. I love that it has like a gray juice to it. I think that's so cool and very different. Next here is Eilish 2.0. This has notes of black pepper, papyrus, Palo Santo, ebony, and vanilla. There's also some bergamot and apple blossom in the top, but really I get just like a nice unisex kind of fresh woody scent from this. There's something sexy about this, but it's kind of unisex. It just has a little bit of power to it. I think it's a very unique celebrity fragrance specifically. So if you're into more unisex vibe, you want something a little bit more woody. I also get something almost a little resinous and a little bit sweet in the spiciness that kind of comes off. I think it's a really great fragrance, especially for like $68. I think it's pretty dang good. So I definitely want to get some use out of that. I love this bottle. And she's also coming out with a red one for fall this year, and I believe that's going to be the end of this specific trilogy of perfumes. So excited to see what's next, excited to smell that and see what the notes are. I don't think we've been let into what those are yet, so beyond excited. All right, moving back, let's talk about Dark Vanilla from Montale. This is one of my favorite deeper, darker vanillas. It kind of goes along with Side Effect. This is very different though. It does have a leather note. There's also some oud. I believe there's some patchouli, so it has some darker notes, but the way the vanilla is done in here is so sweet. Montale does sweet vanillas, and so all those heavy notes I feel like are balanced out by how sweet this is, and I think it's such a great mix. It's definitely a heavy hitter. It's definitely very sexy. This lasts really, really well on me. If I want a perfume that's gonna last all night long, like this will do it. It will stay on me. I will be there when I come home for sure. But I feel like it really lives up to that dark vanilla name. The bottle fits the vibe. The dark vanilla fits the vibe. So I definitely wanted to put in here, and this is one I get excited to wear once it gets colder. Next, I decided to put in Raised Spirits from Navitus, and I thought this was like a fun play on words for me anyway, like raised spirits like the dead. I don't know. I thought that was fun. Oh my gosh, can you focus? Thank you. This is a really beautiful, sweet, caramely fragrance. It's in line with like Minuit Demi and Changing Constants from Penhaligon's. It's similar profile for sure. This has caramel, rum, it has brown sugar, sugar cane, tobacco, bourbon, vanilla, cashmere wood, oak. I mean, this thing is packed full of really sweet, yummy scents. And this one to me, out of all three of the ones I mentioned, like including this one, is the most foodie smelling. So this one smells more like almost a really rich frosting with a lot of cinnamon and caramel to it. Like that's what I get from it. It's so good. Really love this. There's also almost like a nuttiness, I feel like that kind of comes through, or maybe like a breadiness. I don't know. It's very light, but that definitely comes through too. So if you're looking for the most foodie option, the most true gourmand, like edible option out of all of those, this is the one for sure. It is very delicious. Next perfume here, this is Gold from Commodity. This is a really nice vanilla scent, but it's not overly sweet. I really like that about it. It sits closer to the body to me like a lot of the Commodity scents do. It really creates a nice like scent bubble, I feel like, around you. But this is a little bit more of like an aromatic vanilla as well. Again, not too sweet. It still is there, don't get me wrong. Like it does have a sweetness and also like an amberiness about it, but it's not going to be like sickly sweet. You know what I mean? I really love this. It's nice and full bodied as well. And sometimes I want to switch it up and have something a little bit thicker for a vanilla, but again, not something that's going to be kind of nauseating. Sometimes I'm just not in the mood for the most sweet thing. Most of the time I am, but sometimes it's a little much and I really like Gold for that. So this had to go in, plus obviously all black bottle, totally fits the vibe. Next is Piano Santal from L'Orchestre Perfume. If you're a sandalwood lover, if you're someone who likes those milky, lactonic kind of notes, this is one to check out for sure. It's a little bit unique because it does have like a cumin note in here, which can give it a little bit of a savoriness, not entirely, but it can just play differently on different people's skin, so keep that in mind. But this literally has milk as one of the notes, skin as one of the notes. It's a beautiful creamy sandalwood. I think that the bottle's stunning. The name Piano Santal I just love. I can almost like picture a ghost playing the piano, wishing and longing for like the touch of skin again. I don't know, man. I really like it. It's very warm. It's very, again, milky and lactonic. Definitely a unique one. I love those kind of milky sandalwood. So yeah, I have that in here. This leans very much unisex, if not a little masculine though, I will say. It has a soft sweetness to it, but again, it has the cumin, which gives it, I think, something a little masculine. So one to check out if you haven't. I feel like a bit unique compared to the rest here, and definitely a good sandalwood if you are looking for some sandalwood fragrances. All right, next is Black Opium Le Parfum from YSL. This is the most vanilla flanker out of everything. It's my favorite Black Opium by far. It's super vanilla. It almost comes off with a little bit of a suede note to me. I don't know what that is, but I definitely get that when I'm wearing it. This has tons of vanilla in the base. There's still that coffee, some orange blossom. It has some cinnamon, which I don't really pick up on any of the cinnamon in this, but I really quite like this fragrance. And if you're looking for a designer vanilla, this is one to definitely check out. It's pretty rich, pretty creamy. I wouldn't say it's doing anything that different. Again, there's something kind of suede going on, or even something plasticky. Like I do get a little bit of that. If you're not into those kind of notes, if you feel like Cloud from Ariana Grande is like too much like a medical plastic note, this might have something similar, but it's a richer, creamier vanilla with that, to me anyway. Just thought I'd point that out, but I really do like this one. I think it's a really good vanilla in the designer world. And last, back here, we have all of my Halloween scents from Bath & Body Works, all the body mists I have from different Halloween collections. So I wanted to just put those on the tray, get some use out of them. You know, I like to use them as room sprays as well. So my favorite one by far, this actually came out last year. This is Wicked Vanilla Woods. I also have this in the body wash. It smells so good. Another rich vanilla. This has notes of magical vanilla, glowing amberwood, and enchanted pink pepper. That pink pepper gives it a spiciness that almost makes it seem like it could have patchouli in it, but again, the vanilla that's in here is so rich and kind of fluffy with it that it smells just nice and thick and kind of sexy and a little bit heavy, again, for colder months. So love this one. Definitely want to use it this winter and like fall. Next, this is Enchanted Candy Potion. I didn't love this. This came out last year as well. I think they re-promoted it. And, you know, smelling it now, it almost smells like a cotton candy kind of scent. So I kind of like it. I'm kind of like, okay, I like this. So I'm glad I hung on to this. This has notes of spellbinding sugar, bewitched berries, and whipped pixie dust. Very candy-like. I could almost see it being powdered candy for sure, like a fun dip or something, like a berry or a strawberry or cherry fun dip, something like that. Very, very sweet and candy-like. Vampire Blood is a pretty classic scent at this point. I picked it up this year just because I wanted to have it. This has notes of red berries, midnight blooming jasmine, and petrifying plum. I'm not sure if this is really the one for me. It's more of like a deeper, darker berry plum kind of scent, like that deeper fruity type of scent, and those aren't usually what I go for, but I do think that it's a pretty bottle, and again, kind of a classic, so I just wanted to have it and really see. Sometimes it does take me a while with the Bath & Body Works scents to really get to know them and see how I like them, kind of like I mentioned with the Enchanted Candy Potion. I'm telling you, I did not love that last year, and now I do. So what I like with these can definitely change. Next, this is Midnight Spell. This is another one that came out this year. I don't know if it's re-promoted, to be honest, but this is Mystic Air, Moonlit Woods, and Crystal Amber. This gives me a very clean, almost like a molecular woody kind of scent. It reminds me of like a less fruity Jo Malone, Blackberry and Bay kind of thing. It reminds me of Molecule 01 in a way, not entirely, but something like that. Very fresh, kind of unisex. I like this one a lot. I feel like it's not something I usually smell from Bath & Body Works, so this was one I was pleasantly surprised by. And last year, to finish out the video, this one is called Everlasting Magic. This one has notes of bejeweled berries, phantom petals, and magic musk. I definitely get the berries on this one, but I almost get like a cinnamon note for some reason. Like, it's almost giving me a little bit, it's not like super foodie. You know how Bath & Body Works does a lot of foodie scents, but I don't know. I'm getting almost like a perfumed pie filling or something. I don't know. Let me know if you get that. But again, not maybe one of my favorites. I think this would probably rank 4 out of 5 out of all the ones here, but definitely one I still want to get some use out of, get more thoughts on. So those are all my spooky October perfume picks. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching. I'd love to know what you're going to be using for October. What do you think are some spooky perfumes out there? But other than that, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.